What's up, guys? So today I'm gonna do a little review and kind of help you guys out if you have any issues like I did trying to get a optic mounted on a first gen Shield, the California compliant model. A couple weeks ago, maybe a month, I saw a video that Reno May released about optics ready slides for the Shield. I can't remember what brand it was, but it was a different brand that had like front serrations on it. I started looking into those, but I went into a local gun store by where I live, and they actually had these slides in stock. So this is a Smith and Wesson, factory Smith and Wesson slide. That's optics cut for the Shield RMSC and the 507K footprint. So some of the other slides that are out there, they're cut for the Shield RMSC and maybe some other optic, and to get a 507K on there, you either have to grind down a couple of the lugs in the rear, or you need an adapter plate. I think C&H makes an adapter plate for it, a couple other places do. But this one came from the factory with the cut for the 507K that it fits on there perfectly. You don't need an adapter plate or anything, so it's not going to be higher. It just fits right on. So the SKU and the part number, excuse me, is this one right here. So it's 3015613. I'll show it to you. It is 3015613. This is factory Smith and Wesson slide for the M&P Shield 9. I believe this will work for the first gen Shield like mine, the 2.0, and I believe even the Shield Plus, if you got a Shield Plus that isn't optics ready already. And if you do have one that's optics ready, it might be one of the ones where you have to modify it to be able to take a 507K without using an adapter plate. But my Shield, this is the original slide that came with it. It's the California compliant, just the regular first gen Shield slide. With the high vis, it came with the fiber optic sights. And then when I first got it, I changed to the Apex no profile loaded chamber indicator. So this one doesn't pop up at all. It just has a little window in it, like the normal Shields and normal M&P, so you can see there's a round in the chamber. And I was gonna ship this out and get it milled for the optic, but this is a gun that I carry most of the time when I'm not for work. For work, I usually carry the Glock 19, but when I'm concealed carrying, this is what I carry most of the time. Sometimes I'll carry the Glock 2, but most of the time it's gonna be the Shield. So I was gonna end up sending this one out to get it milled, but I didn't want to wait a month, maybe longer, to send it out and get it shipped back to me. So I walked into the store and they happened to have this slide in stock. So I went ahead and picked up this slide, and well, actually kind of a backstory on how it went. So I went in and they had the slide in stock. They had a Crimson Trace red dot mounted on it, and on one of the slides, like a demo slide. And I was gonna buy it, and they happened to have one 507K left. And normally I would just mount something on myself. I never have people mount stuff on for me. But I had a feeling, and I asked them, I was like, if I buy it for you, will you mount it on the slide for me now? And they said, yeah, we'll mount it for you. So they got their demo gun, and they grabbed one of their demo 507Ks and went to mount it on the slide. But the screws that come with the 507K will not fit on this slide. So they tried the smaller screws, they tried the bigger screws. The small ones were too small, the big ones were too big. So I wasn't able to walk out with it that day. I started doing some research, and I found the thread pitch and the size for the screws that you need to get if you want to do that. So these are the screws that I got. They actually work pretty well. They're just normal normal hex screws. They look very similar to the ones that come with the Holosun. They're rounded, they sit flush too, they don't stick out or anything. And luckily they're black, because I was thinking if I was gonna get my own screws, they might be silver, and that just would have been, it would have irritated me to see silver there. But if you want to do this combo, if you're gonna get this slide, I gave you the part number for it already. You just type in Smith and Wesson, the part number on Google, and you can find links to it. Get yourself a 507K or a 407K, and you're gonna go to Ace Hardware, and you're gonna go to the screw section. It's gonna be 6-32 and a half. I'm not sure how to say it. I don't know if it's 6/32, I don't know what the proper way to say it is, but what you're gonna look for is 6-32 and then 1/2. 6/32, I believe, is the thread pitch, and 1/2 is the length, 1/2 inch. They fit in perfectly. It looks like it's from the factory. You can't even tell that I had to search 3-4 hours online and had to go and get these and bring them in and try it on before I bought it. So yeah, if you guys are looking to get a Smith & Wesson Shield slide that's optics ready for the 507K, that you don't have to do any modifications to, all you have to do is spend, I believe, 86 cents on some screws. They were like 43 cents each. And then you can mount a 507K straight on with no optics plate, so it's not going to be too high, on your first gen, second gen Shield, or even the Shield Plus if you have one that's not optics ready already, and it fits on there perfectly. And I went and shot it. This thing is an absolute cheat code for the Shield. The Shield is already accurate enough for me, but with this red dot, I was just literally drilling through the same hole, shooting pretty quickly. Not like super rapid fire, but a decent pace of shooting. And as soon as the dot comes back down, you can fire, and it's pretty good. Once you get it zeroed, like I said, this thing's a cheat code, and just changes the job that this weapon can do when you put a dot on it. So I got the 507K, the X2, so it's the one that has the let me take the slide off so you can maybe see the reticles a little bit. So it has I run the single dot, but the 507K X2 has a single dot. It also has I think it's going to be the 32 MOA ring by itself. Oh, I got it locked out. 1 second. Those of you that know the 507K, you know there's a lockout. You hold the power button or the plus button for 3 seconds, and it makes the buttons not work. So there's the 32 MOA ring. I don't know if you can see it. And then there's going to be the 32 MOA ring with the 2 MOA dot in the middle. So kind of see it. It looks a lot smaller on camera than it does in person. The further away I go, that's about what it looks like in person. But I just run the 2 MOA dot, and that's how I carry it. That's how I went and shot it. I did shoot the other ones, see how they were, but this, I like the dot better. But yeah, just completely changes the way that this gun shoots, and it makes it so much more fun to shoot. But yeah, hopefully that helps you guys out. For me, I was it took me maybe 3-4 hours of research all together in about 2 days, trying to find what size screws I can use that would work for it. And these, like I said, are like the perfect size. They fit right into the recesses of the optic perfectly. They're rounded just like the screws that come with it. They're even the same size hex key as the ones that come with the optic itself. But if you do get the slide and this red dot, make sure you pick up those screws first. Again, at Ace Hardware or any hardware store that sells like screws by themselves, the size you're going to want to get is 6-32 and then 1/2. And I got like 4 sets of them, different ones. I got ones with flat heads. I got one with the rounded heads like this. I got some that were flat heads, and then I got some that were, I believe, Torx heads. But I just ended up using the hex keys, because these are the ones that, the first ones I grabbed, the first ones worked. So I just tried it on in the store, brought it home, Loctited it, and then went to the range a couple days after and zeroed it, and this thing's good to go. So if you're looking for an option to mount a red dot on your shield and you didn't want to do aftermarket, I didn't really want to do an aftermarket slide, this is a very good option. I went out and shot it. I shot about maybe 250, I think it was 250. I bought like 4 boxes, and then one had like 45 rounds, so like 245 rounds. I did have one malfunction out of those 245, and it was a failure to extract. I'm not sure what it was. Maybe it was a one-off. I'm still gonna keep shooting it. What I'm thinking is maybe the ammo was a little light. It was loaded a little bit light because the slide, I don't know exactly what happened. It basically, there was a casing stuck in the chamber. It didn't extract the shell casing. I don't know if that would be a failure to extract, but it didn't extract the casing, and then the new round was trying to go in, but there was still a casing in the chamber. So I don't know if that would really be a double feed or a failure to extract, or what exactly you would call that malfunction, but I'm gonna post a video of it right now, and you'll see it.
Nice to meet you. Take it easy, Bill.
So yeah, that was the malfunction that I had. That was the only malfunction I had with this gun ever. Like when I bought it, when it had the factory slide on it, I ran maybe 600 to 700 rounds through it without one single malfunction at all. And the day I put this one on it, the slide, I went out and shot it, and I had one malfunction. So I'm gonna definitely keep testing it out. Make sure it's just a one-off thing. Maybe it's because the slide's brand new and tolerances or whatever. I'm not too sure. But yeah, other than that, it's good. Really happy with it. I was very excited that I found the slide in stock, and happier I was able to make it happen, because I thought I was gonna have to look around for a while and try and find a company that made screws for this specific set. This is a pretty new slide. I'm pretty sure it just came out like maybe October, November of 22. It's February of 23 right now, so hopefully I save you guys some time and some stress, that if you want to mount it straight onto here with no optics plate, those are the screws you want to get. So I'll put it in the description too, the size screws you want to get. I'll put the SKU number or the part number for the slide on there too, and then you guys already know what a 507 407K is, probably know where to get it too. So thanks guys.